I'm Salad and I saw Young Frankenstein. It is directed by Mel Brooks, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts, we're seeing Gene Wilder as young Frankenstein. He has a grandfather who did the famous Frankenstein experiments, resurrecting the dead, creating Frankenstein's monster. By the way, before I continue with this review, I gotta say something dirty that I've done. I've read maybe half of the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Is it that chick who does it? Yeah, anyway, I read like half of it, and then I'm like, man, this is such a slog to read through. Before watching this movie, I kinda know the backstory of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, but this movie really puts a whole twist on the entire thing. We have Frankenstein over here be like, oh, I don't want to be compared to my grandfather. I am here as a neurons? No. I am here as a guy who likes to look at the central nervous system of humans and talk about life, and I yell when people question me, oh, you're gonna do the Frankenstein thing, right? No, I hate my grandfather and I don't want to be like him. Man, Gene Wilder is such a good choice in this role. Oh my goodness, I love him so much. Somebody dies, his great-grandfather dies, and he inherits this castle, it seems, and his grandfather's experiments are here. Also, did the grandfather die before the great-grandfather? Man, that great-grandfather has some really good genes if he just died just now. I do like how he insists his name is Frankenstein instead of Frankenstein, and also he meets Igor instead of Igor, because Igor is like, oh, well, you're just gonna pronounce your name wrong, so am I. This movie is a satire, it seems, on the whole horror genre, the whole Frankenstein's thing. It's really funny. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie. I laughed. I'm like, oh, hey, they're doing a little bit of the slapstick, but it's hilarious because this is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of fun, ridiculous stuff that happens. Like, there's a particular one about the hidden passage in the wall. Oh, let's just hold a torch. Oh, how are we gonna figure out this whole maneuvering, what is that called? Revolving door case to hide the hallway that leads to Frankenstein's private library. And that whole situation was really goofy. It took way too long. There's a lot of scenes that just take way too long, and it's comedic though. So of course Frankenstein's like, I'm going to continue my grandfather's work, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You're so insistent that you don't want to continue your grandfather's work, and now you're going to continue your grandfather's work for why? You got access and he's got some really cool material and you start reading it. I'm like, oh, this is actually possible, so let me try it. I really do like how Igor is responsible for picking a brain. He grabs a brain, picks it up, drops it like a doofus, and then picks up another brain that's labeled abnormal. What is abnormal about this brain? Is it autistic? Put the brain in the monster, electrocute it, cause too many electrical circuits to fry, but that's all right. We got the monster, it's got fried with the electricity, it kind of just chilling. Oh no, it's not alive, oh no. And then it is alive, and then we have Gene Wilder as Frankenstein screaming, it's alive! And I really liked that. I forgot to mention frickin' Frankenstein's fiance at the very beginning, the one that's like, don't touch me, don't kiss me, don't do that, don't do this. I'm like, why are you engaged to her? She doesn't want to touch you at all. You gotta like leave her alone. Also, we have the assistant though. I do like the assistant. She's more on Frankenstein's speed. Also, I do like how we have Frankenstein's fiance ends up hooking up with the monster because it has a big old wiener, and then is marrying it, which is hilarious. I'm skipping myself a little bit. I should mention the whole, oh, I'm a monster, and there's a bunch of people like, oh, there's a monster, we gotta go get him. And then he's like rampaging around town because he got loose because some dummies are like, let's just let him loose. Oh no, what a poor thing. And it's like, don't let him loose, but he's let loose. And then he starts rampaging the town. He goes into people's houses. There's this blind man that offers him soup and he gets burned. And I'm like, you can feel pain. Also the fire thing, he has a fire on his finger and he starts freaking out, but very late. Everybody gets what they want in the end. The villagers rampage storm the place where Frankenstein and well, I guess Frankenstein's monster? Oh God. Society sucks. I've heard Frankenstein's monster referred to as Frankenstein a lot, which is incorrect because Frankenstein's the guy. Now Frankenstein's monster. Oh, we gotta put a little brain power into Frankenstein's monster. I like how it takes 10 minutes to have this whole brain transfer thing happen, and then like 8 minutes in, oh no, the villagers are here, and oh no, they're breaking everything, and oh no. I don't know if there's any possibility of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster living at any point, but this procedure works, and we have Frankenstein's monsters just, oh, I'm gonna have talk fluently. Oh, this guy, he saved my life. And now I'm able to talk fluently with y'all. And then the villagers are like, all right, yeah, we're good, and then leave. And I'm like, you created a whole problem just to be like, okay, we talked it out, it's all right then. Man, it's so funny. Then Frankenstein wakes up and I'm like, what? Which part did you get from Frankenstein's monster? If you gave him his brain, does that mean you don't have that part of your brain, or does that mean your brain is duplicated? I'm not sure. I don't understand the science. That's not the entire point of the movie, and the entire point of the movie is to be comedic. But we also have Frankenstein and Frankenstein's assistant together. And then we also have Frankenstein's monster and Frankenstein's ex / I guess Frankenstein's bride. They're together because Frankenstein's monster has a big old wiener, and I guess so does Frankenstein. Okay, well that's the point. It's supposed to be a comedy, it's supposed to be funny, and it is. It's very funny. I love the value work. I love the framing of the shots. They're very clever. I like the character progression, which is pretty much almost none, except for their wives get swapped, which is nice. The Frankenstein's monster, they get wives. That's cute. This is a funny movie. I think this is some sort of satire on horror movies. I definitely have already said that, but you know, it's cute. I like this movie a lot. If you haven't seen this movie, I do highly recommend it because wow, Gene Wilder is great. He might be one of my favorite actors. One of them. Which one's your favorite actor? Do you like Gene Wilder? Let me know in the comments below. I gotta give this movie like a solid 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one YouTube really likes it. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. If you'd like to fast track a movie review for $20 Redino, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. Also helps support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, which you can also go to my link tree to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews. And if you got no money, if you're broke, that's okay. Hit that subscribe button, that like, dislike button. It's all right. YouTube be like, I'm gonna push that because it has some engagement on it. So engage with the video so I get bigger and bigger, but not fat, because I don't like being fat and I don't like fat women. Just gotta be honest, okay? So do all that, and until next time, I'll see you later, my Sal Crouton baby bits. I go spin.